Chasing the Blues, a traveler's guide to America's music, is part travel guide, part music history, with the goal of getting to the roots of the blues in the way that where readers gain the appreciation for the music that created the music that, well, we grew up with. Tell us more are co-authors Josephine Matyas and Craig Jones. Good morning to both of you. Good morning.
Good morning, Brian.
Thanks for having us.
Great to have you with us. Fascinating book. I really, because the blues has influenced so many forms of music that we listen to today, from gospel to rock to country. How did you come about to write this book?
Well, we're both writers, and Joe is a full-time travel writer. So we thought, I'm a musician, so we thought, gee, maybe we can combine our interests and skills and write a book about traveling the blues, traveling America's music.
Yeah, we were looking.
Go ahead.
We were looking for the roots of the music that provided the background to our life as well. And when we drilled down, it all pointed towards the blues that influenced rock and roll and Motown and soul and all those music styles that we've come to love.
So you've gone back to the very beginning to trace the birth of the blues and where it came from and how it migrated into other parts of not only North America, but the world as well.
Exactly. Yeah, one of the really interesting insights was that the blues was essentially dying as an art form in America when it was picked up in the UK and eventually shot back across the Atlantic in the form of what we came to know as, the British invasion.
Yeah, by the bands that we, like the Rolling Stones and the Animals and Cream and players like Eric Clapton, those people, their music is very solidly rooted in the blues.
Now, there were so many names were dropped in this book. W.C. Handy, the founder of the blues is what he'd been called, to B.B. King, to Howlin' Wolf, all these guys who pushed the blues out of the South and across North America. And as you said, here's a great shot of B.B. King playing his guitar Lucille there, and how it has influenced so many players. Now, did you start out by wanting to write a book about the blues, or was this more of a tour and let's go see what we can find?
Well, it actually all started with one long road trip, about 7 weeks long, where we traveled all across the American South looking at the roots of all types of music, country, jazz, Cajun, Zydeco, blues, bluegrass. And out of that came the blues sort of rose to the top. And when we decided to write a book, we thought we would start with the blues. But the main reason was we were really surprised by how much the blues influenced every other style of music that we listened to.
Now, the blues, there's so many factors, so many people have been influenced by the blues, never mind playing the blues, but what we would call other kinds of music. And all you have to do is flip open the book to any, that's what I did. I hadn't had the book for more than 5 minutes, and I flipped it open to a page, and I learned something that I had no idea of, like Graceland by Paul Simon. His opening line, Mississippi Delta was shining like a national guitar. I never knew what a national guitar was.
Good.
Phenomenal.
Good. Yeah.
What is a national? Maybe you could tell us what a national guitar is.
Well, National is a brand of guitar. The guitar was designed to be heard in loud environments. So it was made out of aluminum, and it has an aluminum resonator inside it that acts as a passive amplifier. So when you play a National guitar, it sounds louder than an ordinary guitar, and it also sounds metallic, which means it cuts through the noise of a juke joint. And these juke joints were packed with people and moonshine, and they were noisy and fractious, and you needed an instrument that could cut through so that people could dance and frolic.
But the surface of the National guitar, it's actually a metal guitar surface, so it shines up at you. And one of the really strong moments from our travels was when the first time we actually came to the land that was the Delta. We were in the woods area in the south part of Mississippi, in an area around Yazoo City, and we came up over a bridge, and all of a sudden this huge delta that went on for hundreds of miles, flat, and the landscape shines at you, was laid out right in front of us, and it was quite a sight. It took my breath away. As a matter of fact, every time we travel back through the Delta, we spin around on bridge and make sure that we take in that vista again and again. But it does. It shines like a national guitar.
I wish we had so much more because there's so many questions and so much I want to delve into in this book. I mean, you could take this book with you and do a big tour once everything opens up so nicely. We'd love to do that. So it's called Chasing the Blues, A Traveler's Guide to America's Music. Available now?
You bet.
You bet. Online at Amazon, Indigo, and in independent and small bookstores everywhere. They can all get it in for you.
We'll be looking forward to reading more of this. Josephine Matyas and Craig Jones, thank you very much for this book, and thanks for
joining us. Thanks very much, Brian.
Thanks, Brian. Take care.
Got my mojo working, but